I'm Rajnikant Shah, Chairman of Medtech Life Private Limited, having head office at Bombay and manufacturing plant at Vapi. India imports almost 75% of its medical device, and through new medical device policy, the government has a motive to make India a hub of manufacturing medical devices and to capture 10 to 12% of the global market. And for that, government has created some policies for regulatory, infrastructure, R&D, HRD, incentivizing industry and attracting FDI. If we start with the regulatory, uh, the law for drugs and cosmetics was formed in 1940, almost 83 years back, and that is now revived, and the new draft bill was proposed, but Association of Indian Medical Device had raised an objection that all stakeholders are not taken into the consideration, hence they need some more time. And the Health Minister, Mr. Mandavia, had cooperated with it and announced that all stakeholders will be taken into confidence, and then the draft bill will be proposed. And for that, the new draft bill is for cosmetic, for the drug, medical device, and cosmetic. But the DNA of drugs and medical device are two different. So they have also taken a good step of forming a technical advisory board, separate technical advisory board for drugs and for medical devices. So that will make it much smoother to make a very comprehensive and industry-based regulation. Regarding infrastructure, the government is proposing to create a cluster of medical devices or creating a medical device park where the manufacturing facility with the laboratory testing facility, with the registering facility, with the manpower training facility, warehousing and logistics will be involved. So that will make the industry more competitive and quick. And the third is HRD. To get skilled manpower for industry, medical device industry, is very difficult. So under that program, government is trying to upskill or reskill the medical device professional, regulators, and manpower so that industry can be run much smoother and faster. And under the program of Gati and the freight corridor, the logistics also would be made easier. So India will become a very competitive medical device manufacturer to cater in the world. The Indian medical device requirement today is about 11 billion, which is expected to go up to the tune of 50 billion by 2030. And the world demand is about 533 billion, which is likely to increase to $799 billion. So India can take a good share from the Indian market as well as international market. Today, 16.5% is the contribution of manufacturing onto India's GDP. By making Make in India, government is desiring and trying to bring 25% GDP from the manufacturing. Of course, there are advantages and challenges into this. The advantage is like that India is the very recently has become the largest population in the world. We have many challenges also, like our labor force, productivity is a big issue. Labor in China or Thailand is 4 to 5 times more productive than the Indian labor. So the cost of labor, though being low, wages being low, it is more than China or Thailand. Secondly, the labor laws are so crude that if you want to terminate a labor or if you want to change his duty, you have to take the permission of the government, which is very, very difficult. Third is there are very small industries which cannot afford to put automatization or take costlier uh, machinery to make their product economical. Hence, there is a suggestion that the small manufacturers should uh, come together to make the components, and the big manufacturers will be making the final products. So then both of them will be benefited by that cluster. We started with electromedical devices in the year 1998 with the first innovative device is a needle burn and syringe destroyer, which was not available in India at all. This instrument is so important because due to needle stuck injury or reuse of the needle and syringes, every year 1.3 million people were catching premature death because of hepatitis B or AIDS. So this instrument would help them to discard the syringe and needle, and it will not be reused. So this has become a very popular device in 1998. And then in year 2000, we realized the importance of nebulizer because of the pollution. There was a heavy lung congestion in the country, and the respiratory disorder was very high. So we introduced a nebulizer fully made in India, and today we are number one seller of the devices. We are selling almost more than 1 million pieces in the country and exporting to 70 different countries. And then onward, we had in our journey, we created one very innovative product called oxygen concentrator. Nobody has made this in India. We made it for the first time. Totally indigenous product made through our R&D division, and which was so helpful in the time of COVID to the national demand and the masses of the country. And then we had also created one innovative vaporizer and pulse oximeter, which was also very helpful at the time of COVID. R&D division of our own, where we are focusing on to the new product like massager, weighing machine to be made into India. We have aimed to make all the product by backward integration in India so that we can supply a very economical product in the country, and we can give a good after sales service. And recently we have created, after COVID we realized that a lot of people had problem in getting a after sales service of the product, and they were suffering because the company was closed. Then at that time we created a new innovative QR code system where you just sitting at home, you just click at the QR code and the courier will come and pick up the instrument from your premises and return you repaired or new piece, so that you don't have to struggle for getting the services. During COVID, we realized that the demand of the medical devices is increasing gradually to a great extent, and hence during that time only we decided to move our plant from a very small unit of about 20,000 square feet into a new unit of 1,20,000 square feet, and where we have recently moved in the month of April, and there we have capacity to put 5 times more worker. So we have a target of achieving about 2,000 crore by 2030 into the new unit, where we have emphasized more onto the R&D also, and more of our funds would be spent onto R&D because we have more products coming up in the line, and all products we want to make in India. So we do reverse engineering of all the product and try and make it more economical and more robust, service friendly product for the country.